What's up everybody, Brett here, and we are back playing some Artifact. Nice casual Phantom draft. Picking up where we left off last time, we had 2 straight wins. Felt good coming off of our first game loss. But our deck is fun. I don't know how good it is or how competitive it is, but it is fun. We definitely have some synergies. And let's go ahead and try and pick up another game. I don't know if I mentioned, guys, my channel is Good Talk Gaming. Going to be playing Artifact for a while, so if this is your thing, you'll be able to find it on my channel for a good while to come. And if you don't like Artifact, I got plenty of other stuff you can check out, and I hope you do. Alright, that's enough YouTube type stuff. Let's just chill out, play some Artifact, win some games. And there we go, we got a match. Up against Big Mitch. Playing a pretty cool looking black-green deck. I see Phantom Assassin is pretty scary, as well as Sorlakan. Alright, let's see how this shakes out. Ooh, we have Lycan's getting taken down. We can save him with a Aphotic Shield, fortunately. But yeah, some rough lanes starting off. Got Chin coming down next round, and on our side of the field we have Beastmaster, which feels pretty good. But we're going to go ahead and throw combat training here, and we're going to take out Sorlakan. Pretty much no doubt. Not sure what Black has for 3 that can help him out of this situation. If he was running Debbie, he could have no accident, deal 3 damage, and then it's just a trade again. Alright. So, I mean, that's a nice play. But we are insulated a bit. And thanks to his cleave, the Great Cleave, we're going to be taking out multiple characters. So that felt good. That was worth. And now we can throw down a Hellbear Crippler. What a sweet curve. So thanks to its ability, it's going to lower his attack by 1. He's going to be a 310, and we've nearly got him dead. Very lucky curve.
We're safe now.
Defend the weak. That's a card I like a lot.
I like watching you squirm.
But here we go. We're going to use this to save Lycan, hopefully. Sucks that we didn't have initiative there.
My house. I cannot die.
But we deal a little extra damage, and we potentially trade next turn, which is fine. We may even have a way to save him. I'm not sure what that could be yet. But because even a Fountain Flask doesn't save him, unfortunately. I think we're going to buy that. And perhaps give it to Sven, rather, to take him out. We can go ahead and drop Beastmaster in this lane. See where our opponent goes. They're really... Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. This possibly also tells me that they may not have a way to save their Phantom Assassin if they're dedicating another hero to that lane. So here's the thing. What they're without a doubt going to do is use its passive ability to swing. Yeah, there we go. And now we just go ahead and put the musket on him. We'll shoot it down. And then Sven survives another turn. Which feels good. Gives us another chance to save him. He is very low, though. We have a nice 5-drop, 6-drop, 7-drop sitting in hand. And another Aphotic Shield. So had we bought that... Well, I mean, had we not bought the musket, Sven would be dead, but had we bought the full heal, we'd have the chance to save Lycan. Kind of up in the air what you think is better. but the musket is a continual effect, you know. The full heal basically would have bought us a turn, potentially, and that's of course assuming our opponent just doesn't have anything. Let's see what they do. Hopefully they spend their mana on something that doesn't matter. And we can actually Aphotic Shield our Beastmaster and kill their Qin.
I don't fear the hunter's arrow.
I love the defensive and offensive nature of Aphotic Shield. It's a pretty cool ability. If he has a card here, he could potentially do something interesting. Juke or something like that to move. But I think this is going to work. And we should come out of this with a good amount of gold. Doing a little bit of damage to the tower.
I made this for you.
Wow, that's pretty lucky. That's pretty lucky. But we're going to eat him immediately, so that feels nice. What do we get? Ooh, interesting, interesting, interesting. Golden Ticket's one of those items, man. You buy it and you can just win the game. So we're going to try it. It's why it's in our deck. We'll go Abaddon left lane. See how that shakes out. I have no idea where they're going to put these. Okay. So they're feeling lucky with Sur Lacan. We're actually happy that that Qin is currently in front of Beastmaster because it's going to prevent them from moving Winter Wyvern in front and nuking us. So we can pick up our Sven, but then we can't make any other plays. I'm honestly just tempted to let them trade, but we'll play our golden ticket first. We'll give our opponent a chance to react. We'll see what they do. Keenfolk Plate, I mean, we got our value. Oh, that kind of sucks. This, I think, saves him from just straight up being musketed down.
I will not wade into battle.
The 2 armor, this is not piercing damage, so if he shoots us, we're fine. He'll probably shoot the minion now. And then I think, honestly, we still just trade. It's not bad. I think we're going to cast Avener's Blessing here on Abaddon.
I will not squander it.
Opponent's still sitting on mana. They're not using most of their cards, which feels pretty good for us. And yeah, we'll let Sven trade. And we control this lane now, quite handily. Opponent has no heroes here. We'll drop a Bronze Legionnaire, eat that minion, and gain even further control over this lane, which feels great. Another 6 damage to the tower. And we have 2 really strong minions flanking Keith. Qin should be dead here. If he just passes to us, we might just go enough magic. I don't know. Maybe a waste of a card. I'm anticipating some kind of trick here. But our opponent just really hasn't cast any cards this game. Okay. Some 0-8 walls. Yep, that's fine. I don't really hate this card at all. Okay, and he's going to put him way out to the side. That's going to let him do some decent damage. But this is all fine with us. Once again, we're going into the shop phase with a lot of gold. Should be able to get some good items to give us even more advantage. And that's exactly what we have. Let's buy the pike first, see what we get. That's okay. All good. And we can throw Lycan down. I honestly don't know whether or not our opponent's going to contest this lane at all. So putting Lycan here feels pretty good with these 2 minions. He may go double left. I could see that. It's hard to know 100% what your opponent can do or will do, and that's because we don't know what's in his hand. So yeah, double left made the most sense to me. But Abaddon is, or Abaddon, depending on how you say it, is very resilient. Unfortunately, he has Defend the Weak plus his natural ability, so his neighbors have 3 armor. A Phantom Assassin with 3 armor seems like a really difficult target to kill. We need to take a second here to look at Coup de Grace. Yeah. So Coup de Grace can take us out even with damage immunity.
15 seconds remaining.
So honestly, let's pop it here. We'll heal, we'll prevent 3 damage. And if he just goes Coup de Grace right now, we honestly baited him into it. Just make sure it is a 6-drop. It is. So that's the card we're expecting. We just made Abaddon just such a juicy target. We don't want to drop a Pike or a Shield of Basilius if he's just going to take him out right away. Those items would probably be better served in a different lane. Blink Dagger, that's a good item. And we honestly don't want to drop a Duelist here either, simply because. Why is it not? It's weird. It's like it's not showing me the. There we go. Had to scroll over just a little bit to see the stats on the creature. So I mean, he's not even going to be able to get past the armor on them. I'm going to give him the Pike. Let's see if he does it now. He may try and do it in a different lane, like hitting Keith. I hope, honestly, he plays something to give me initiative. But next turn, we'll be able to kill Farvin if he doesn't use his Blink Dagger to get him out of there. Which is what I'm anticipating. And if he does do that and doesn't kill our Abaddon, then that leaves Abaddon alone in the lane, facing down a Phantom Assassin who does not have 4 armor, which is something he can actually beat. Ooh, this is nice. He gave us a really nice wall to hit, so that'll help us. This guy is going to get buff. He's going to spend 2 turns beating this thing down, and by the end of it, he's going to come out of it with a ton of attack. 7 to be exact.
My life is irrelevant.
Okay, that's a lucky curve. That's it. That's all we want to do. He's using a lot of resources in this lane that I feel like, honestly, we can take or leave. Yeah, and there he goes. Honestly, probably the best play for him. And I mean, we're trading 8 damage on the tower, but we're leading in the race. And now we can Burning Oil the left lane. Start hurting people. 10 damage. Feels pretty good. Fully expecting someone to go in front of Beastmaster here. We can drop our Call of the Wild. Summon a Loyal Beast, and then we have an Ogre Conscript, which we can drop in front of something if he's able to go that wide. Let's just see how he spends his mana. Divine Intervention, that's a great card. Let's give the Basilius here.
A wise investment.
It's going to keep him alive. And we can also go very wide with our Ogre Conscripts in this direction. Start beating down this tower. So essentially, I mean, I'm feeling command of many lanes right now. And even though he can't do... Well, let's see if that goes through. This may not work. If it actually hits him, it'll lower his damage by 1, but it does say that he needs to do battle damage. So yeah, that does not apply. We didn't get any gold. Super curious where our opponent's going to drop. They could go 1-1. They could try and contest mid by double dropping. Kind of hope they do that, because then we'll just Primal Roar them. Yeah, super curious. But Sven is very well suited up. Yeah, double left. Interesting. What are our options? Unfortunately, Sven is way on the other side here, so Primal Roar is not going to be a great option for us. We can Avernus Blessing our Abaddon and change the math here, which may be just what the doctor ordered. Ooh, he took our Satyr. Probably should have seen that coming, honestly. And we're just going to kill him, which is kind of funny. Let's go ahead and put that blessing down.
Can truly master the mist of Avernus.
He still has his musket. He can shoot somebody. We're going to use our musket probably to shoot this minion. That kills it this turn. Our opponent's sitting on 6 cards and 7 mana. They could have Hand of God, which will heal and give damage immunity. It's a very hard card to win against. So he could just be baiting us into it, seeing our plays. Now he Hands of Gods. They all get healed. They all get damage immunity. And then I think if he does that, we pick up probably Sven and bring him to the right lane next turn, and then that'll leave him pretty much stranded in a lane he was already kind of winning, but that has burning oil, so that'll slow his progress trying to take the core. That's kind of where my head is at. If he overcommits to this lane, we're fine with it. We're currently killing 5 things and only losing 1 creep, so this is not going well for him. I would expect if he has it, he'll play Hand of God in just a moment here. Or he's shocked by the fact that he just doesn't have it.
To protect.
Okay, interesting. It's again going wide. I mean, this guy, despite the fact that he has zero attack.
Finish the job.
Interesting. The Oath. Okay, let's check that out. You cannot play spells or creeps while this is in the active lane. If there is an allied black hero in this lane, allies have 4 attack. So that speeds up the clock significantly. We're not going to save Abaddon here. As long as he's trading for Chen, we're happy. Sven is still killing 3 creeps. But the math is still not great. And we're not going to be able to get rid of 2 black heroes like that. But we do need to change the math here.
Ready to fight.
Make it a 2-turn clock. Hand of God, okay. That's very good for our opponent, but we're still dealing damage. We're not taking any damage, we're still dealing damage, we're not losing much. Honestly expecting him to Arctic Burn here, and then we'll just pick up Beastmaster. Honestly, we could also Primal Roar it, I believe. We may have helped his clock, unfortunately. But he's now stunned, so no trade takes place. Ooh, Hourglass. The Apotheosis Blade, if we had the gold for it, I think it does something to condemn improvements, which would significantly lessen the clock we're currently facing here. And he's lucking out. He's getting both his minions in this lane, which is going to give him a huge clock. We need to win this game pretty much right now.
Crush our enemies.
Very lucky turn here from Sarla Khan. Still expecting the coup de grace on Sven any moment now. But this minion is currently blocking a ridiculous amount of damage and slowing down the clock. Yeah, I think this is an enough magic turn right here. We don't want them to have anything. Not at all. That was best case scenario for us. Now we're going to take this tower. Completely uncontested. Hopefully the opponent just goes ahead and passes for us. Not to eat up too much time. No doubt they had a good play there. And we're going to look to give the Hourglass to someone in the right lane. Hopefully to keep him alive. We have Sucker Punch. We can use that on Winter Wyvern. Prevent him from dealing damage. It'll also take him off of black cards. The opponent may decide... Wow, look at how lucky this is. He's blocking like all of our big stuff. But anyway, he may decide to Blink Dagger the heck out of here. Go to the first lane to try and ensure that he can deal core damage.
The jungle contains many mysteries.
Probably would have put that in a different lane, but that's okay. Let opponent do him. Yeah, I think if we don't use Sucker Punch now, it never gets used. So let's do that. If he had a black card he wanted to play, he can't play it now. He can still, of course, play green cards. He can still, of course, play his items. But we may have taken him off of something good. And we're going to Hourglass here on the Beastmaster.
I will show them the strength of the Prowler. I'll make use of this.
And we want to bless something. We need to speed this clock up, like right now. It honestly wouldn't be crazy to even give it to... Yeah, he's going to move the heck out of there. We could give it to one of these minions that we know is doing guaranteed damage. And it'll essentially add 4 damage to the clock over 2 turns. And I think that's what we have to do.
Now is the time to strike.
We're going to kill, kill, kill. And then we're hoping, against all hope, to get some minions in this lane to stall it out. He's got to have coup de grace. Let's draw a card. I think it's going to come down to whether or not we can land some minions. Abaddon goes there for sure. Chen is probably going to go there as well. I think it's a pretty easy decision. We'll see what we can draw. Wow, he sends Chen to the other lane. We really need to survive our opponent's initiative here so we can drop something. I don't understand how they don't have a coup de grace this whole game.
I won't forget this.
Interesting. So before he takes us off of red, I think we have to do this. That's going to take away 6 damage. And we have a lot of plays. We can use this musket, kill this minion here.
There's no weapon I can't wield.
The Magicking Maul. So he can take out our Burning Oil, which is good for him. I think we just need to shrink the board, honestly. We're increasing our odds of stabilizing. And our opponent concedes. Wow, what a long match. Almost 30 minutes. We might just call it there, guys. Whew, that was a bit stressful. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. My name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed just sitting back chilling and watching some Artifact. It can be stressful, but it's very cathartic to put my brain to some kind of use. Playing a smart game. And we're 3-1 now. That's a pretty good record for a deck that honestly is probably pretty mediocre. But it feels good. So thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.